get to do the video for the Bible lesson today. I've got my checklist here. Let's see. Get a nice background. Oh, okay. Let me do that. Nice background. Choose virtual background. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Go over here like so. That should be good. Okay. What's next on the checklist? Smile, sit up straight. Got it. Speak clearly and slowly so that you're understood. Okay. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hej vänner! Idag ska vi lära oss om Babeltorn från första Moseboken. Jättekul, eller hur? Förstår ni? Hello? Nej? Okej, jag ska försöka på ett annat väg. 3, 2, 1. Hallo Freunden, heute erfahren wir mehr über den Turm von Babel aus dem Buch Genesis. Verstehen? Verstehen? Nein? Das ist nicht richtig heller. 3, 2, 1. Bonjour mes amis, aujourd'hui nous allons apprendre davantage sur la tour de Babel à partir du livre de Genèse. Oui, c'est vrai, bien, mais je crois que non. Oui. Sarah, hjälp-moi, Sarah, aidez-moi, Sarah.
Because I'm not quite sure I know what's going on, but I think our announcer might be a little bit confused. So let me see if I can figure out what she was trying to say. Let me check my notes. I see. So what she was trying to say is, welcome to the Great Bible Race, Week 2. So today we're going to introduce a brand new story, and today's story is from the Old Testament. It picks up after Noah's Ark, and today's story is called the Tower of Babel. Some of you may be familiar with this story, but before I get into the story, I'm going to pick up a little bit back where we left off, recap. So last week, our story that many of you, once you solved the puzzles and found your treasure box and are now going through the activities and enjoying the yummy treats and figuring out what Noah's Ark meant for you. So now we're going to look at what happened when Noah found dry land. At that point, God asked him to spread, and him and his descendants to spread apart, right? Because you don't want people just all in one area. At that point, the whole earth had been flooded and new land, they found new land, and so he wanted them to spread apart. Well, in this story of the Tower of Babel, what happened is that his descendants, a group of people, decided they were going to do things their own way. So have you ever met anyone, or have you ever experienced, or maybe saw through a video or a movie, someone that was adamant about doing something their own way? Maybe there was a set of instructions and they were told to do something one way and they were like, nope, I'm going to do it the other way. Or someone that was trying to find a shortcut. You know, we all know there's people, they're always just kind of looking for a shortcut, right? They don't want to kind of go through maybe the way that they're supposed to go. They want to find the quickest way to get there, to get the results. But what happens, right? Sometimes that doesn't always get you the results that you desire. So in our story, in the Tower of Babel, the group of people who decided not to listen to what God was saying, they decided they were going to take matters into their own hands and build a tower all the way to heaven. Now, can you imagine that on land, trying to build the biggest tower? I mean, think about like the biggest tower or building that we have today, right? I mean, even if you think about the Eiffel Tower, you still cannot imagine those towers or the tallest ride you've ever been on. They may seem like they're high, or even when you're on an airplane, you may feel like you're close to heaven, but none of us know exactly how far it is to get to heaven. But these people thought they had it all figured out. They were going to build this tower and get straight to heaven, right? And shortcut it. Well, that's not what God wanted us to do, right? And so sometimes when we're doing things that God doesn't want us to do, or we're taking a different path, God finds different creative ways to try to get us back on the right path, right? Because he loves us and he wants us to experience all that he has to offer for us. He wants us to not get hurt, or, he wants us to be on the right path. And so God decided in that moment that he was going to confuse them and confuse their language, right? So if you can imagine, all the languages that we have in the world today, and everybody in one room trying to talk to each other, not knowing or understanding the other language. In fact, that's kind of how we felt when Miss Cherie was trying to introduce this video, right? She was talking in several different languages, and I don't know about you, but I didn't understand anything. It was pretty confusing for me. So it may have been confusing for you. So for these people, it was confusing. And so they had no choice at that point to rethink, reevaluate what they were doing, and decide to honor God by doing what he asked them, to spread apart, right? So the important part about this story, and I think that what we can realize is that, this is an Old Testament story. And thank God we have Jesus now, who, has already set the example of, how we should live our life. We have his grace and his forgiveness. So God, although he still kind of uses different things to teach us lessons, it's not the same as it was in the Old Testament, right? So, but ultimately, God wants us to honor him and, to really, through reading our Bible and being in relationship with God, and through looking at how Jesus lived our life, to really find ways to trust God with our life. The takeaway from this story, and what I want you guys, as you're opening your new treasure boxes and solving these puzzles, is to, find ways to put God first. Because sometimes we want to do it all our own way, right? We want to do everything the way we think is best and forget what God has for us. But the challenge that I want you guys to embrace this week, and our Family Faith Challenge, is called Do Something That Puts God First, that will allow you to put God first. So at this point, many of you have your summer family challenge booklets that have all types of ideas of things that you can do to live out your faith and to challenge yourself, right? So find something in there that will really allow you to put God first. And share it back with us. I would love to hear your stories of your experience, what it felt like for you, maybe some pictures as you go through this journey and find your treasure boxes this week. Now, let's look at our double dog dare. So this double dog dare is a little bit different, because this double dog dare is about people who maybe thought that their plan or the idea or the dare that they were going to do was a great idea, and it didn't quite turn out to be a good idea. So let's check it out.
And today we are going to be doing the ghost pepper challenge. So this is the ghost peppers. Got these off of eBay. So this is what it says. The ghost pepper is the world's hottest chili. They will make your dish very hot. It's like being at ground zero during a nuclear blast with your mouth open. It says, warning, very hot. Do not eat peppers directly. All right.
Do not eat peppers directly.
And that's what we're doing. Yeah.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. It's plastic. It's plastic. Oh my god. I feel it. Swallow it. Swallow it. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
My throat is burning.
I'm gonna throw up. I actually think I'm gonna throw up.
Oh my god.
I would throw up.
You got milk all over your mouth.
It's so bad.
Oh,
It hurts.
my ears are on fire.
How did it get to my ears?
How did it get to my ear?
All right, guys. So there you have it. You have your challenge for the week. You have your stories. You have some funny examples of some things that maybe some dares that we shouldn't try. And so I encourage you guys to all just dive into those summer family challenges. Challenge yourself to put God first this week. Put God first always, but to really just find a way to implement something in your life, in your daily life, where you can learn to continually put God first. Hope you all have a great week. Good luck with this week's puzzles and challenges, and I look forward to seeing you at your secret location when you find your next treasure box. Take care.